Welcome back to Morning Live. 8:23. We're going to bombard you with more information, but it's good information. Award-winning professor and intellectual capital pioneer, so the billing goes from McMaster University, and a regular here on Morning Live, Nick Bontis. Hey, thanks for joining us, and congratulations with the success of your book, Information Bombardment. A very timely book, given the times that we were in. We are in this digital age. So this book is for sale. It just launched a few weeks back. It's actually quite novel, too. You're self-publishing, being with the business acumen that you have. You're doing this on your own.
Well, I'm doing it on my own. It's been out 12 days. We had our official launch on the 14th. The things are going well. We've already gone through the first couple of print runs, so over 1,000 copies are already out the window, which is great. And the website, since the launch, has got over 75,000 hits. So it's gaining global attention, which is a good thing, because I can see where all the hits are coming from, which countries are around the world. So we're doing all right, this little outfit here in Hamilton, Ontario.
Hey, it's a global issue. I'm not surprised that it's piqued so much interest, because, oh my gosh, it is incredible, the information bombardment. You know, it's the classic question, like, how did we get along before this guy here, the BlackBerry?
That's right.
Yeah, actually, one of your kids threw it in the toilet.
That's right. This is what started the
There's a sign. There's a cry for help.
Throwing it in the toilet is the only way the kids are being able to get my attention, which is a bad thing. But I've been able to, contact my network there at RIM and make sure there's always a hardware upgrade available for me, because too many of these are ending up in the wrong spot.
Yeah, and then I guess there's no small amount of irony that, to address the situation, you wrote a book about it.
That's right.
Hang on, kids. As soon as I'm finished the book, we'll go play.
Yeah. It's been tough because, I have a real job.
Yeah.
Or a couple.
Right.
And being able to write a book part-time is not an easy thing.
Yeah.
But, I pulled through, and the self-publishing part is also the next phase, because it's one thing to write a book, but then you got to sell it once it's ready.
Right.
And not having a big publisher.
It's not a launch and forget.
That's right. We can't just have a big publisher put it in every single bookstore all over North America. You've got to make every single call yourself, and that's the process that I'm going through right now.
Well, it is very timely. You give a great example of just your typical morning, and it's typical of many people, just like the information bombardment even before you hit your desk in the morning, and with relationships, we're glued to our smartphones.
Yeah. I mention the joke all the time, Bob, about what's the first thing you touch in the morning?
The BlackBerry. It's the BlackBerry.
Unfortunately, you reach over to the side and you're checking
and at night.
You got. And at night.
And in the middle of the night.
That's right. And illegally on the highway, which is a problem.
Yes.
A problem. We shouldn't be doing that. So part of the book is about, let's wake up and understand that there's a time to put this thing away.
Right.
They all have off buttons.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. Make sure we learn how to turn them off.
And actually, some companies are getting proactive in that area, too, like email blackout periods.
That's right. Email blackout periods. I mentioned a lot of case examples of companies who do not allow any emails to be sent between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. So you can chill out, because part of the problem in the middle of the night, let's say, or 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, is you're always checking it, thinking, what do I need to know for tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
But if your boss or your supervisors or your colleagues are not allowed to send you anything, then you don't have to worry about it.
Then you can truly relax.
You can chill out a little bit.
There's this built-in paranoia now that you've always got to be connected.
And that's the anxiety part, is always having to be connected. And that's why it's better to kind of leave it away. It's okay to suffer from those phantom vibrations when it's, away.
Great glimpse of the future in the book, too, because you think it's bad now, the stuff we're getting bombarded with from everything.
Well, I keep on talking about how we get about 84 emails in a 24-hour period. That's the average today, and that's expected to skyrocket in the next 4 or 5 years. And I talk about inanimate objects sending us emails, your car, the mattress in your bed.
But those emails, too, they'll be talking, but those, just going back to the emails, too, 10% are useful.
That's right. So
the rest,
90%.
The rest is looking after male pattern baldness and something from Nigeria.
A guy from Nigeria, that's right.
Yeah, but it's so true. There's a lot of sifting to go through.
And the reason is because it's cheap to send an email, Bob. Cheap. All it does is click send, and that's why everybody's going after that as a distribution
And it used to be exciting. Now we're it's controlling our lives.
They created a movie out of it, remember?
Yeah.
You got mail.
Yeah.
No one tells you.
The novelty has worn off.
That's right.
Yeah.
It has.
But you've got some great glimpse into the future, but some micromanagement tips, too, like rule wizards you bring up.
Rule wizards is a nice tip that I offer everybody. It's very, very simple. It's not difficult to program, too. So you basically go into your email program and you say something like, every email that comes from Annette goes to the trash.
Oh, Ned!
Just a little jab. Just a little jab. But that's an example of being able to proactively manage your email.
Right, and the Google alerts.
Google alerts is a great thing. So if you're interested, for example, in the election, or if you're interested in finding out whether or not Leighton becomes our prime minister next week, you can have an email sent to you that talks about Leighton or the Prime Minister or the election results. So these are the types of things that stay ahead of the bombardment curve.
Before our fridge starts talking to us.
Right.
And our clothing, and all the things you talk about. And of course, we're seeing, from the UPC code, we've gone to the hyperlinks, with advertising.
Hyperlinks, and actually one innovation that I have in the book is QR codes.
Yeah.
So you can actually scan at the end of the chapter this QR code, and it'll take you right to the website.
Yeah.
There's a QR code right here.
This is something we're going to see a lot more of, and you're on top of it.
That's right. And the cool thing about the QR code is it sends you to the website.
Yeah.
And then people can add citations to that chapter in case I missed them.
Oh, perfect.
Co-authoring the book.
Incredible. You are so ahead of the curve, Nick Bontis. That's what you're Nick Bontis.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, and actually there's a chapter available online. You can get a little sample.
That's right.
And then you'll want to buy the whole thing. We've run out of time, darn it.
Okay.
Best of luck, Nick Bontis.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
All right, news at 8:30, more Morning Live after the break.